Hello, friends. It's the Cinemondo
No.
podcast. Kathy and me talking about movies and trailers and what's coming up, what to expect, and what we think about the trailers. And it's called a trailer reaction.
Trailer reactions, in case you weren't sure what we were doing here, it says trailer reactions on the title and on the logo right here. But the interesting thing about this is we love movies. We love talking
Yes.
about them. We love watching them, everything about it. One thing I do not care about at all is sports. Don't like
Right.
sports. Don't
Me
watch
neither.
them. Don't care. Nope. I don't watch the big games. Don't do it. I don't know anything about it. So I'm kind of
Right.
the only thing I've watched is Friday Night Lights, and I did love it. So there's hope for me. So
Well,
but
I
think if
liked,
you
you know,
build,
I really liked The Natural. Just kidding. I hated it.
just don't even remember that. I don't know if I even saw that. So not a big sports person. I quite understand it, but what I do understand is trying to achieve how hard that football is on players, like how dangerous
Right.
it is. The extreme training and pressure that a lot
Yeah.
of these big sports stars are under. So I'm interested in this movie by Jordan Peele. Number one is Jordan Peele, who has done a lot of interesting, unique takes on the horror genre. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
this probably has a little bit of that feel to it. So we're going to see some kind of unique approach to sports and what it takes to be a star athlete, which looks terrifying.
Is this a
So
sports horror film?
I think it is.
Wow.
I know, it's about damn
Interesting.
time, right? Like, I
Yeah.
can't believe, and that's one thing Jordan Peele does well. He finds horror in weird places.
You
So
know
I
that
kinda like
New Yorker cartoonist Roz Chast, who's one of my absolute favorite cartoonists. Years ago, she did a cartoon that said unlikely film genres, and one of them was sports horror, and it was a bunch of guys in baseball outfits, and they looked like zombies, and it was so hilarious. But now we're in times where I think we've gotten close to the bottom of the barrel, and we're like, okay, sports horror, let's go for it. We've made
sports
movies
horror.
about board games. Let's go and
Well, thing is, like, think about it, like, horror, we pretty much touched everything with horror. Like, it's
yeah,
like and the
Western
genre
horror.
Western horror, it's like body horror is one thing, and
Comedy
ghosts,
horror.
vampires, whatever. But it depends on context. You can take all of these
Yes.
genres and put them in context. This seems like, and I don't know from reading about what it's about, it seems like
Yeah.
it's one of these movies that's almost like a Black Mirror kind of horror. Like it seems like
Okay.
technology taking it to the nth degree and doing so much damage in the process, trying to get what we need or want through a really intense process. So that I love that idea. So
Sports sci-fi,
we'll see.
maybe. Or
We are
sci-fi
in
or-
uncharted waters right now, people. Number one, you're
no idea what I'm
don't
talking
know
about.
shit about sports. Number two, no idea what this movie's about, and it's sports. I'm just saying sports
Yeah.
again. Yes,
I do know about movies though, so
We
should
know
we take
about
a look
movies.
at this trailer and see if it.
Let's see how it looks. I'm very intrigued by this. I think it's gonna
Yes,
be
me
interesting.
too.
Okay,
Ready?
we're just setting
Ow.
expectations. That's all we're doing. Okay.
Ready?
Yes. Ready.
Do you want
It's a
this?
place where they do sports.
I said, do you want this? If you want to transcend the game, you have to dig deep. Your mind and your body have to be in sync.
Understanding it.
Talent is how hard you're willing to work. No days off. No sleep. We grind. I'm never good enough. I'm never good enough. That's how great people think.
That was
So you're gonna have to ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice? This ain't a fucking game, man. This is everything. Do you want this? What are you willing to sacrifice?
get chills.
Fucking say it! Say it! Say it! Everything!
Oh.
and show me.
All right.
Wow. Yeah, that seems like that's how I feel about sports.
That's how it all seems. I'm like, I'm not man enough for this shit. No way. That just
Believe it or
good.
not, I played some sports when I was in
No,
school.
I don't believe it. Nope.
I know, it's hard to believe.
I did too.
But I did it when it was fun, and I played some basketball, believe it or not, and I even played football briefly for
You did not.
maybe about 8 or 9 minutes. No.
Didn't get past the warm up.
I got hit by the football and it hurt. No,
See, that's what they were training. You saw how they had that football hitting people in the faces. Like you had to get used to that, right?
I did it when it was fun. When you're younger, when you're like a little kid and you go out and play baseball, it's really fun and your friends are laughing and you're running around the bases and you know, it's just fun. But then something happened when boys get to a certain age.
Well, they become men, right?
They become competitive. They become violent. And suddenly it was not fun anymore. It became this serious thing.
Yeah.
It became something that you got to win and you must win. And I remember seeing people that I knew who were in Little League and stuff getting like screamed at by their parents and getting pushed around by their parents. And I remember coaches shoving me down on the ground and, you know, questioning my manhood and masculinity and all these kind of things. And just feeling like I'm not there for this anymore, and I don't like it. I want to go back to drawing pictures and.
But see, you know, that's what they were trying to find is the people that do want that do want to be pushed around, that do want that aggressiveness. Right. You know, you need that aggressiveness. So they got to weed out the people like, nah, I don't have the heart for this, because that's not necessarily even an insult. You just got to find the people who want this.
But that seems like what this.
Do you want it? The whole thing is like, how bad. So it looks like he's getting kind of jacked up, like they're trying new technology on him. It looked almost like. Some kind of.
It was an injection at one point, you know.
Injections, weird lasers,
the retinal thing. But the idea being that and it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice? Yeah. You know. And I remember that feeling of like, you know, getting hurt, you know. And I'm one of those rare people who doesn't really like pain, but. I remember getting hurt really bad playing sports, and then somebody would come up and kick you again or something. You know, it was just like, it was not enjoyable. It became a thing that wasn't what I thought it was supposed to be, which was fun. And it looks like, you know, when sports like this becomes a big business and people are making millions of dollars, of course they're going to try to enhance their players because they're enhancing their investment. And you know what happened? What does really go on behind the scenes with professional sports and all that kind of stuff? And how much do people have to sacrifice to stay in it and to stay on top? You know, when you look at, I'm not interested in sports, but when I look at it, it's one of those things where I'm like, God, the people who are on the team, on this big famous team, I look at them and I'm like, God, I would die after 1 second of what they have to go through to get where they got, you know.
Right. But that's why they need those type of people. That's why like the training is very intense, the personality to want to even do that, like to do that kind of training, to actually probably get off on some of the pain, to like have it motivate them to, you know, jack them up. It's like those people want that. So those are the personalities that are turning into star athletes. They're not normal people. I mean, we're talking about people who are, you know, that want more. They want that. It's like hyper, you know, aggressiveness and competitiveness. So I like the idea of taking this and turning it into like this sort of extreme, almost horror movie, because deep down probably kind of is, like you said, it's about pain. It's about competition, about failure, like so much pressure. I love too how they showed like that weird, almost surreal, these weird images of like the person covered in like the tinsel, and then they had the weird sort of like
the mascot
scary gyrating, like it's almost like he's almost hallucinating at some point. Is it? How
seems like all that came in after the big scene where they hit each other and you see the brain injury.
That was very cool looking. I mean, whoa, like you see that and you're like, that's why
a serious issue.
Football players are getting, you know, like permanent brain damage from the shit. So it's very interesting to see where this will go. Now this is being directed by Justin Tipping, who did Nani, Kicks, and Black Monday. It stars Tyriq Withers as our main character, and he was in Atlanta. He was in a bunch of stuff too. He seems like he's a big up and comer. He looked amazing in this. It also stars Jim Jeffries. I think he's just a minor character. I don't know if this is in trailers, but I love that comedian. He's really funny. Yeah. So I'm just gonna mention him. But they debuted this at CinemaCon. So I think they're looking for. This isn't just like The Natural or something. This is like out there. Like, you know, Jordan Peele's producing it.
Right.
This is going to be some kind of epic, you know, Black Mirror type football movie is what it looks like to me.
That's
So
what it
very
looks like.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's not a really complimentary portrait of, you know, being the sports hero. It looks like something dark and sinister is happening here. I mean, obviously, and it's taking a toll on this guy, and you know, how much do you want to sacrifice? That kept coming up in there.
Yeah, yelling. It was super creepy. I mean, they've done it with like restaurants. Those have been horror movies about restaurants. They've done it. Catholic schools. I mean, we have settings for all kinds of horror and abuse, and so it was about damn time we got to go to, you know, football horror movie. I say, bring it on. Just do it.
Yeah.
So you're hearing a review of a trailer from two people who don't know jack about
Know.
football. So let us know how wrong we are about all of this. So I'd love to hear about it because but the thing is, this intrigued us enough, and all my football knowledge is some Friday Night Lights, which is probably not reliable, but I did really like it. So there's my experience. I'm talking about a trailer. We're talking about movies. We're talking about horror. We're talking about Jordan Peele. So bring it on. I say.
Yeah.
All right.
It looks interesting. To be honest, I'm not a sports movie guy.
I know.
Some people are like, yeah, it's a sports movie, but you should watch it. You'll really like it. And I'm like,
no, never do. They're like, oh, you should watch Field of Dreams. It's great. I'm like, no, it sucked. It was about sports. I didn't like it at all. Oh. So anyway, now you know who I am. You're probably going to hate this trailer reaction.
This one actually looks like it's not. I mean, it looks like genuinely, it's not about sports. You know, it looks like it genuinely is kind of not about what we know as sports. It looks like it's about the kind of other side of something that makes a whole lot of money.
That's right.
And
We
only see the surface of it, and the heroic, you know, running in slow motion and achieving your goals and making your dreams come true.
That's right.
But underneath that, there's always that scene where the camera goes down into the grass and there's maggots and bugs down there eating dead things underneath the grass.
Blue velvet. That's right.
Yeah, and that's what I want to see in this movie.
That's what we want to see. All right, so let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye. Everybody.